Morning. We're coming up on 8 minutes past 7 this Saturday morning. You're listening to Breakfast on BBC Radio Cumbria with me, Richard Corrie, till 10 o'clock this morning. Now, so many people have been going above and beyond when it comes to Cumbria during the pandemic, and the county's High Sheriff has been so impressed that she's been handing out special recognition awards to some of them. Well, Paula Cook received one for her work with the Lake District Search and Mountain Rescue Association and also her own team in Langdale. Paula joins me now. Morning, Paula.
Good morning, Richard.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
How did you feel when the award certificate arrived in the post?
It was a great surprise, Richard. I didn't know anything about it, obviously, and it's always very humbling to receive an award like that, and I was very touched, and it just felt that everything we were doing across LD SAMRA was making a difference to the community.
So you've been given the award for helping the county's mountain rescue teams to keep themselves and any casualties safe. How have you done that?
Well, like everybody working in the community at the moment, we need to think about how we protect our team members and our casualties and the community in relation to the coronavirus. So this means looking at how we respond to rescues safely, how we protect our team workers, so like staff in hospitals, the wearing of personal protective equipment, thinking about the kit we're using and the risk that has of transmitting viruses, and supporting changes in practice in the types of way that we deliver our casualty care.
So how does the new safety gear affect the way you carry out rescues?
So some of the safety gear is very similar to the things that people will see in the hospital in relation to gloves and masks and eye protection and so forth. But obviously when we're working in the outdoors, it's a different sort of environment to that in the hospital. So we need to think about that gear in relation to wind, wet weather, the very hot weather we had, and the implication that has of wearing extra layers for people when they might be carrying a stretcher for a couple of hours. Some of the kit, for example, that we wear might make it harder to safely carry the stretcher because the kit makes it slippery to hold on to. So we need to work through all of those things to get the balance right, really, for keeping people safe and to understand how that personal protective equipment is effective or otherwise in the outdoor environment.
Now, you're also a GP, so how have you managed to balance what must be a very busy time at the surgery with this work as well?
Well, I think everyone just steps up at times like this and tries to do what they need to do. I'm very lucky in that I work in a practice in Windermere, and all my colleagues have been supportive and perceive that the work we do in mountain rescue is as important as the work we do in the community. So it's just a case of trying to juggle those two demands, as you say, at any one point in time.
And when it comes to the mountain rescue, you've been on several rescues with your own team during the pandemic. Do you feel any of those were unnecessary call-outs, people just not being prepared enough?
Well, there's always an issue of how we can help people be more prepared in the fells, and we encourage people to look at the Adventure Smart website to make sure that they're prepared in terms of kit, their route, understand their own limitations and the balance of that versus their ambitions of what they might do for the day. A lot of the calls we go to are local people doing things that they've always done who just unfortunately have a tragic accident that day, and at any one point in time that could be any of us on the fell. But we also do go to some visitors to Cumbria who are perhaps not as prepared as they could be, don't understand our terrain, don't understand that perhaps their ambition of what they can achieve on a walk is a little bit too much, and get themselves into trouble. But everybody who works in mountain rescue is passionately committed to supporting anybody who needs us on the fells, and whether that be somebody who's just come for the day or somebody who's local, we're still going to try and do the same thing for them.
And as the lockdown eases, Paula, next weekend, hotels and other accommodation reopening. How are you viewing that? Are you worried?
Well, like a lot of the services in Cumbria, we are concerned about a large influx into the area next weekend and how people will look after themselves and look after our communities and the environment, and the two go hand in hand together. And I think we will see a lot more activity on the fells next weekend, and we just hope that people treat our environment with respect and treat each other with respect. And if we do need to go out next weekend, that they enable us to do our job safely and appropriately.
Well, Paula, thanks for talking to us this morning. That's Paula Cook. Congratulations again on your award. Paula received an award for her work with the Lake District Search and Mountain Rescue Association and also her own team in Langdale. It's a county's High Sheriff Award. It's not too late to nominate someone for their extra special efforts during the pandemic as well. You can go to highsheriffofcumbria.co.uk and click on Contact to download the form. The website you need again is highsheriffofcumbria.co.uk.